First question to Devender Rana, then it's an open debate. Devender Rana, on the first day of 2016, ISIS flags were unfurled on top of buildings in the capital of Jammu and Kashmir. I think that's a bigger issue than this whole two-flag issue. You agree with me?
How can you compare the state flag, which is mandated by the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir?
On the first day of 2016.
No, we should be talking about our own state flag. The state flag is mandated by the Constitution.
I'll tell you why. On the first day of
Goswami, if you don't want to listen to me,
Devender Rana, one point and then I hand it over to you. One point I hand it over to you. I'll hand it to you.
State flag. No, sir, 1 minute.
I'll hand it to you. Let me complete a point.
Is mandated by the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir.
Yeah.
Which is a creation of the Constitution of India under Article 372.
Yeah, you're wrong.
And the flag is part of the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir.
You are wrong. You are wrong.
How can you compare the Constitution of a flag which is been mandated by the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir?
So I'll tell you what.
Which in turn finds
Devender Rana,
creation in the Constitution of India with any other flag.
Devender Rana, 1 second, please. I hate to tell you this, and I don't want to start the new year like this. I thought tonight we'll start on a more amiable note between you and me. You want to talk about the principle and the politics and the legality of it. I also wanted to
start on an amiable note. Today we are discussing the state flag.
Yeah,
the state flag, as
Devender Rana, Devender Rana, Devender Rana, I don't want to keep repeating. I know you're hearing me or pretending not to. Just 1 second, please. There are two parts of it. Opening up to the panel. Let's have everyone on the screen, please. I want to say one thing to all the panelists at this stage. There are two parts of this debate. One is the principle and the politics of having a separate flag. The other point, which Devender Rana deftly avoided, Maroof and Rashneek, I'm sure you noticed, was my question that you are all talking and fighting over a second flag, okay? And Omar Abdullah is tweeting non-stop about it. Omar Abdullah should be tweeting about the fact that on the first day of 2016, children are being used by a bunch of cowards as shields while flags of the ISIS are being waved near the Jammu Masjid. That's what he should be talking about. But he doesn't have the guts or the courage to talk about that. And that is the unfortunate tragedy. Rashneek Kher opening up from the other side. Rashneek Kher's turn. You had your say, sir. You had your say.
Mr. Rana, hear me out. Mr. Rana, hear me out.
Hear each other.
Mr. Rana, please hear me out.
Which is a constitutional entity.
Let me tell you, there is nothing in the state. Mr. Rana, please. For God's sake, please.
Deliberately to undermine the status of the state flag, which
let me tell you,
okay.
We'll come to the status of the... There is nothing in the Jammu and Kashmir Constitution which says that the state flag should be flown alongside or equal to the national flag. There are only 7 references to the word flag in the Jammu and Kashmir Constitution on word 65.
Section 144 of the Constitution.
I'm coming there. It does not state that it has to be. No, it does not. Please read it out. If you have
what about the J&K Prevention of Insult and State Honors Act? It is our identity.
What is your identity?
It is our identity. We respect the national flag and we respect the state flag.
It is supreme. But nowhere in the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir it says that it has to be flown alongside.
Supremacy,
but at the same time,
in Jammu and Kashmir, the state flag
in the Constitution.
You cannot
beat us with a stick which does not exist. You cannot beat us with a stick which does not exist.
But answer my question.
It may, but it is not Constitution. So please don't tell us that it is in the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. It is not.
What does the Section 144 of the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir read? It defines the flag. Why has the flag been defined?
It defines. So is the Constitution of Jammu.
We all swear by the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. All of us
you should be swearing by the Constitution of India, not by Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir.
We also swear by
Maroof Raza, please. Maroof Raza on the other side now coming to the debate. I want to make a point of order. I want to Rashneek, pull back. Rashneek, 1 minute. Hold on. Before I get Maroof, 1 second, Devender Rana, calm down. Devender Rana, shant Shanti. 1 second. Maroof will respond to you.
No,
there are 3 panelists who have not spoken in a strange occurrence on the first year of Newshour. Sambit has not spoken at all. Usually he has the first word.
Is being challenged.
May 1 second.
You want to divert it. I am very sad about.
You know, Devender Rana, before I come back to you, and Maroof will. I am also very sad today.
Mr. Rana,
I am very sad. Maroof, you want to respond? You want to respond, Maroof? You want to respond, Maroof?
On a New Year day, my identity is being. There's been an attempt.
Mr. Devender Rana, Maroof is responding. Maroof is responding to you. Maroof Raza, go ahead. Maroof, go ahead. Maroof, go ahead.
Mr. Rana,
you want to be a part of that?
Maroof's turn.
Mr. Rana,
Today,
Mr. Rana,
BJP men
Mr. Rana,
in connivance
Mr.
with
Rana,
the state
Mr.
government,
Rana, Maroof ji कुछ बोल रहे हैं आपको?
Mr. Rana, with
in an attempt to subvert the constitution.
Maroof is speaking.
Mr. Rana, with full respect to your views, I think it is agreed, and any rational account of Kashmir's integration into India since the Treaty of Accession, Clause 7 of Article 306A, which became Article 370 of the Constitution, which gave Kashmir sufficient independence in a number of areas. I respect what you are saying. However, you will agree that the Delhi Agreement of 1952 very clearly laid out 5 areas of agreement. One of them, sir, please hear me. One of them was that the national flag, India's tricolour, will be supreme to the Kashmiri flag. Nothing will be flown on par with the national flag. You can be flown in the same area, but not on par with the national flag. That is part of the Delhi Agreement. I'm sure you would have read it. The second point I wish to raise, that
who's challenging the national
flag? Can't put it at the same level.
So that's what their debate came.
I am saying my flag must get the respect that is due to my flag.
That's where the debate has come about.
The state flag has its own identity.
Sir, who's denying you respect?
It is a flag mandated by a constitution.
Mr. Rana, I think Arnab's question. Mr. Rana, in a debate, you have to hear the other person's view. Please listen to me.
I'm hearing you, sir.
I am just citing to you the historical references which lay down the arrangement that should be existing. Now, the other question is, why wasn't there at any stage any strong objection to the other flags that are being flown in the valley? Whether it's the ISIS or the Pakistani flags. There was a spokeswoman from the National Conference in a debate with me on this channel who even justified the ISIS flag flying.
Shameful.
Because she said people are disgruntled for want of economic opportunity. I mean, that's bizarre. So the point is, the central point is, I think you must with equal enthusiasm oppose.
Get into a debate.
Rana Sahab, you must oppose with equal enthusiasm.
I say separately. Do you agree? Do we agree first?
No, but that is flying. That is flying freely. And none of you have been objecting to that.
No, please.
Why didn't you object to that at that time?
1 minute.
As far
Let
as
us first close one part of the debate. Let us first close one part of the debate. Then we will discuss the rest of the debate. Are you the man from the BJP all agree that Jammu and Kashmir flag is a flag?
Discussions. Mr. Rana, let me remind you of what Sheikh Abdullah said on 5th November 1951 when he gave the opening address in the Constituent Assembly debates in Kashmir. He said, we have chosen to be part of India. The Indian Constitution will remain supreme. The very basic fundamentals of India's constitution of a secular democracy appeals to the Kashmiri people. Pakistan has no constitution to go with, so we choose to abandon Pakistan. Having said that, all issues that are supreme in the Indian constitution, all issues that are supreme in the Indian constitution will remain supreme.
The argument is, Devender Rana, and you had your turn speaking. 3 panelists haven't opened their turn on the debate tonight. So, Mr. Rana, Maroof Raza, pull back, and I want to say something to you, Mr. Devender Rana. I want to say something to you, Mr. Rana. Mr. Rana, I want to say something to you. Mr. Rashid, रुक जाइए और मेरी बात सुनिए. I'll tell you something, listen very carefully. 3 or 4 things I'll say. I don't want any interruption at this point of time. The first point is, Engineer Rashid, I want to give you a little bit of a history lesson. Yes, Mr. Rashid, please, but you listen to me, Mr. Rashid. You listen to me, Mr. Rashid. First point is, no flag of Jammu and Kashmir is a state, India is a nation. A state's flag cannot have anywhere close to the same level, right, or status of the national flag. I'm sorry, but the flag of Jammu and Kashmir will have to be, cannot be given the equal stature as the flag of India. Point number one. Point number one. And listen to me, Mr. Rana. Listen to me, Mr. Rana. I'm not, now that you hold your thoughts and I'll prove you wrong right now, I think you don't understand, the Constitution very well, Mr. Rana.
There is an effort.
Mr. Rana, listen. Okay, Sambit Patra on the other side, please. Point is to be done here. Okay, Devender Rana, Mr. Rana, before you come to these kind of conclusions, I want to tell you that Article 370. Listen to me, Mr. Rana. Mr. Rana, don't try and provoke opinion without understanding the fact.
The flag is our identity.
Okay.
We will preserve the identity and work for its honor and dignity.
Good for you. Now here, Article 370 enables.
Not good for me.
Article 370 enables Jammu and Kashmir to have a special status. Mr. Rana, please don't interrupt me now when I'm saying something important for you. This is important for you to know. You see the problem with you, Mr. Rana.
Realizing that people pan-India are being not told the truth.
Okay.
That Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir is a product of the Constitution of India.
Now, if I'm sure that Omar Abdullah is watching and will give you a lot of shabashi at the end of the program, but you can tell Omar Abdullah that he also does not know.
It is not about shabashi,
even
sir.
Omar Abdullah,
it is about my identity, sir.
You see, Omar is not aware of the facts.
I cannot compromise my identity.
Share a few facts with Omar Abdullah. He's not studied enough this issue. Article 370 enables Jammu and Kashmir to have special status, and by virtue of it, I agree, enables it to have its own constitution. It does not, however, dictate that Jammu and Kashmir should have its own flag. This is a provision brought in by the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. Amend the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir and you can repeal the twin flag provision. Second point. Amend the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir and repeal the twin flag provision. Yes. It is not a provision that is mandatory under Article 370. Rashid, engineer, calm down. Second point. Calm down, Devender Rana. Aap jaake bataiye. This would be an interesting instruction for Omar Abdullah. Problem is, he doesn't go into depth on issues. Second point is, it does not say anywhere that the national flag of India and the J&K flag should be given equal importance and that the identity of Jammu and Kashmir should override the identity of being Indian first. The point is, don't hide behind Article 370. I am asking you tonight, even if you don't want to abrogate Article 370, what is stopping you from abolishing the J&K constitutional provision of having a separate flag? Article 370 also was incorporated in the Indian Constitution as a temporary provision. Article 370 was incorporated in the Indian Constitution as a temporary provision, using it as an excuse to breed. Using it as an excuse to breed competitive regional sentiments in a sensitive part of the country is debunked by the fact that the provision needs to go at some point. You know it needs to go at some point. Now, please understand, Mr. Rana. Mr. Engineer, okay, go ahead now.
This is a guarantee. This is a guarantee.
Mr. Engineer can go ahead now. I've just placed the facts on Article 370 for your kind information. Mr. Engineer, don't get worked up.
Mr. Goswami,
okay, Mr.
I personally feel today.
Okay, Mr. Engineer.
Mr. Goswami, you are on a weak wicket because you realize that constitutionally I am right and you are on a weak wicket.
Really? Okay. So once I just want to. One second. I've been challenged on the facts and hence I want Devender Rana to listen to me. Okay, Rashid. Engineer Rashid.
There is nothing in the Constitution. It does not say anywhere that you have to fly this flag. And if this is your identity, I'm afraid.
Yes, Rashneek Kher, you are wrong. It is there.
Anybody
it is written there that you can fly everywhere.
I believe in the tricolor, and that is my only identity.
Don't try to distort the history. You are telling wrong. You are telling absolutely wrong. It is not like that.
If tricolor is not your identity, Devender Rana, then what is your identity? I am beginning to wonder.
Should be hoisted.
I am Engineer Rashid. I am not talking to you.
No, but I don't want to talk to you, but don't try to distort the history.
Thank you.
The state constitution clearly
No, there is. Tell me what part of the Constitution? No, please quote.
Yes,
please quote. Don't bluff.
I will tell you.
Please bluff.
Go to
Don't
the
bluff.
proceedings of State Assembly.
Tell me which one. Tell me which one. No, tell me about the Constitution. No, tell me what part of the India. Tell me what part of J&K Constitution. Engineer Rashid, Engineer Rashid, please tell me what part of the Constitution.
It is the basic emphasis of the Council of India.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that you have to fly it. It does not say you have to fly it.
Okay, I say
Engineer Rashid, please tell me where does it say that it has to be flown?
The Delhi Agreement.
Tell me where in the Indian. Please.
Mr. Rashneek Kher, I am telling you what.
What part of the Constitution? Please tell me. Don't quote history to me. Don't quote history to me. Don't quote history to me. I have the Constitution. I have the Constitution in front of me.
Fact on the
It
news
is not
right
mentioned
now.
anywhere.
Okay, fact versus fact. Rafi Ahmed Mir and Sambit Patra on two sides of the debate. Okay, Engineer Rashid. Engineer Rashid, this is not the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly.
You claim to be a Kashmiri.
Engineer Rashid, this is not the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly where you do a lot of tamasha every other day.
You
are bluffing.
You can't do the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly tamasha on the news.
Decide, not you.
Now Rafi Ahmed Mir on one side and Sambit Patra on the other.
Bring some water.
Arnab, we have already said the
Okay, calm down. Now I'll tell you a few facts. Rafi Ahmed Mir on one side and Sambit Patra on the other. At this part of the debate, I will go into a little bit of depth on the issue. Mr. Rashid, I told you, drink some water. This is not the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly where you can get away with anything and where a bunch of regional parties don't have the guts to take you on. Now calm down, sir. I said calm down, Mr. Rashid. You're still continuing. That's not good manners. Now listen.
Okay.
Now, I said, Mr. Rashid. No, Mr. Rashid, I said calm down. Don't display bad manners on the program, please. I'll come back to you. Now my point to Rafi Ahmed Mir is, Rafi Ahmed Mir, we have a controversy on the program. And the controversy has been clearly enunciated by my senior colleague Maroof Raza. I thoroughly agree with Maroof when he says that as per the agreement, the Delhi agreement, the flag of Jammu and Kashmir will always be subordinate to the national flag, which means that even if it is to be flown, it must be flown lower than the national flag. It cannot be given the same status as the national flag. It cannot even be equal. Do you understand? You've given yourself a flag using the provisions of Article 370, but you cannot give the flag of Jammu and Kashmir the same status as the flag of India. You understand, Mr. Mir? You agree with? You understand? You understand, Mr. Mir? Yeah.
No, I don't agree with you. I don't.
Why you want to change? You want to change the Delhi agreement?
Kindly listen. Now you have asked a question. Kindly listen to me now. I'll very briefly tell you what the fact is. First, this is a very sentimental.
I don't care about the sentiment. I want to know what is written down. Don't argue on the basis of sentiment. No, that every state will say I'm sentimental. I want my own flag. Will you allow it?
Kindly listen to me. I have waited for long now. Why don't you listen to me? What do you want to throw? Kindly listen to me now.
I want you to quote the Delhi agreement.
This flag of the state is in response in the result of a state constituent assembly and the constitution we have.
No, you can have your flag, but it can't have the same status as the national flag.
Tell me one thing. I want to ask you a counter question. If this case would have not gone to court, then would we have objected to this? Once our ministers are sworn in, whatsoever party it is, they have to swear by the constitution of Jammu and Kashmir.
No, but here's
and constitution of Jammu and Kashmir provides as a
Okay. You asked me a question. Now let me answer you.
But we have
you asked me a question. Let me answer you. No. You asked me a question. You asked me a question. Let me counter you. And I find tonight.
This is not going to dilute. This is not going to dilute the position of the national flag. We have two major events on 26th of January and 15th of August.
Mr. Rafi Ahmed Mir. Mr. Mir. No, Mr. Mir. Mr. Mir. I want to make 4 points to you.
Arnab, we should have been worried, all of us should have been worried about rest of the flags other than the state flag, other than the national flag. If there are any ISIS flags or black flags, you should have been debating that.
Yeah, but Devender Rana doesn't talk about it.
Kashmiri and we were lots
Devender Rana on the other side.
I don't know why this debate. And now at the top of his head,
I need to ask
Mr. Mir and Devender Rana.
Why is the PDP reigning in their coalition partner? Why isn't the PDP reigning in their coalition partner, who is trying to trample what
has coalition to
talking about?
Mr. Rana, with all regards for you,
today the people who have gone to the court, one is the national secretary, another is the spokesman.
are not in this court game.
Has joined hands with BJP
so that our coalition is concerned, we know where our stand and we know the stand of our coalition partner also.
Otherwise, why are they a part of the government? Why can't they reign in their partner? Why can't they reign in their partner BJP?
Please calm down.
We are not taking people of Jammu and Kashmir for right. We knew and we understand what they need from us. That is what we are
separate
doing.
both.
And that is what we are proceeding to. I don't think these are the controversies. There is no controversy between the two.
You need to, 1 second, please calm down, both of you. Let me come in. Let me come in now. Separate both of you. Now, 1 second. Viewers, you may have also noticed another interesting New Year maneuver. 1 second, please. One interesting New Year maneuver in the middle of this debate is the fact that Sambit Patra has not spoken yet. I think this sets some kind of a national record in terms of Sambit Patra's appearances on the Newshour. You would have observed right now, both viewers, you all have observed, Mr. Rashid, I told you to calm down, that the one person who has not spoken so far is Sambit Patra. Engineer Rashid, calm down. I'm saying something. Mr. Rashid, calm down. Mr. Rashid, calm down. My first point is with respect to all the gentlemen from Srinagar and Jammu and Kashmir.
Sambit Patra should be quiet. No, sir. Sambit Patra should not be speaking. He should be happy. His agenda is being forwarded by their coalition partner PDP, and the PDP is giving them enough space to trample with our identity. And now also,
okay, Sambit will respond to Devender Rana, please. Sambit, bite the bait. Bite the bait, Sambit Patra.
You are a happy man.
Only these two gentlemen.
Sambit Patra should be a happy man. He must be the most happy man today.
I wish you all a very happy New Year. I want all the other gentlemen, including
a very happy New Year to you. But don't trample our identity in close coordination with the PDP.
Please calm down. Conserve your vocal cords also, please. Don't waste your vocal cords this New Year. Now let me put my point. जहां हुए बलिदान मुखर्जी वो कश्मीर हमारा है. This is what Bharatiya Janata Party began with. This is the slogan from where we began with. Yes.
कहाँ गया वो?
कहाँ गया Sambit Patra? India is our agenda. Please let me complete.
जिसके लिए आप दुहाई देते थे. कहाँ गया वो? कहाँ गया? जिस वक्त आपके मंत्रियों ने यहाँ आकर शपथ ग्रहण करने के बाद उन्होंने शपथ ली, जम्मू कश्मीर के आईन के तहत शपथ ली. कहाँ गया वो? कहाँ गया वो? एक निशान, एक विधान, एक संविधान.
शांत हो जाइए.
मैं तो बैठा ही हूँ. आप ही खड़े हैं. मैं तो बैठा ही हूँ. दो झंडे लगे हुए हैं आपके मंत्रियों की गाड़ियों पे. कहाँ हैं?
शांत हो जाइए.
मैं तो शांत हूँ. जब उन्होंने जम्मू कश्मीर के संविधान पे शपथ उठाई, उस वक्त भी हम शांत थे.
Why are you shouting so much if the High Court has given a verdict?
No, sir.
Should we all respect the High Court verdict?
कहाँ गया? आपने दुहाई दी.
Should we all respect the High Court verdict? I don't understand, Mr. Devender Rana. Why are you so agitated when the High Court is
Don't heckle now, Devender Rana. Please don't heckle. Devender Rana, now you're heckling. Now you're heckling. 1 second. Just one minute. No, Sambit, I want to say one thing to Devender Rana.
Mr. Rana,
1 minute. To everyone tonight. No, 1 second. Just one point. Just one point. I am only on 1 point. Okay, you have your own flag. Good, great, fantastic. But point is simple. Maroof says, and I agree with him, that flag of yours, the Jammu and Kashmir flag, cannot have and will never have, Mr. Mir, hear me, will never have the same level as the flag of India. Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India. It is not an independent country within the borders of India. A. B.
Who
No, B. No, B. 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 Let me complete. Let me complete, Mr. Mir. Let me complete, Mr. Mir. Maroof, do you agree? No, no, one second. Sambit Patra, do you agree with me? Sambit, do you agree with me? Sambit, do you agree with me that the JNK flag should never have the same status as that of the national flag? Maroof and Sambit. Maroof, Sambit and Mr. Rana.
I want to complete my
Mr. Rana out for a mic. Mr. Rana, please for a while, please. Maroof Raza is speaking. Maroof Raza. One second. Mr. Rana, please. Mr. Rana, be quiet for a while. Here, Maroof.
Mr. Rana, 30 seconds. Let me remind you, Sambat, just 30 seconds. I just want to remind Mr. Rana and others that even Sardar Patel was one person who went along with support for the Article 317 of the Constitution, which gives Kashmir the unique status within the Indian Union. And that unique status is not enjoyed by any other state of India. How do you feel so insecure that we are trampling over your identity when you are the only state in India that has its own constitution, own flag and a unique status for so much more? How are you so threatened? I can't understand.
I'll take 10 seconds. Maroof, I'll take 10 seconds. You are talking about Sardar Patel. Shama Prasad Mukherjee is also a signatory to the Constitution of India, which gives us the Article 370.
I need to say them, Mr. Rana, please. No, one second. Mr. Rana, no, Maroof, I have a one-line response. Maroof, I have a one-line response to Mr. Rana, after which Sambit Patra should come in. Now, Mr. Rana, without interruption, you hear something, you can take notes, and you can go back and tell Omar Abdullah that he's generally misinformed on issues that require complex understanding of history as well as of the Constitution. He should know.
You have no business to pass judgments on the quality.
Fine, I'm telling you. Otherwise, he should know. Otherwise, he should know. It's a democracy. It's a democracy. I am asking you, Mr. Rana.
That doesn't mean you can pass judgments.
Okay, fine. That's my view. You don't agree with it. But I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Rana. Omar Abdullah's grandfather.
But that view is
Omar Abdullah's grandfather. Omar Abdullah's grandfather and Farooq Abdullah's father, Sheikh Abdullah, signed an agreement in 1952 with Pandit Nehru, which clearly states, and now patiently hear me, it states, the union government agreed that the state should have its own flag in addition to the union flag. But it was agreed by the state government that the state flag would not be a rival of the union flag. The point is that while, the point is that while there has been a provision to provide for a state flag, Maroof is 1000% right. There is no basis, neither will there be any basis for equating it, bringing it to the same level of the national flag. Simple. Don't argue on that point. And Jammu and Kashmir is a state within a country called India. The state cannot get state identity, cannot be at the same level as national identity. Maroof, one second. Now Sambit can respond. Sambit on that point. Delhi Declaration. See the.
I have a question that I want to ask Mr. Devender Rana.
Go on.
Devender Rana in this debate twice has talked of his identity. Right now he was saying that this flag is my identity. With all due respect to the flag of Jammu and Kashmir, my question to Mr. Rana is, your identity is an Indian identity. Are you not happy with the tricolour? There's a 1994 resolution of Indian Parliament stating that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India. So should you not be smiling today that we are talking about the Indian tricolour? Why should you be so pained today when the Indian tricolour is being hoisted higher than any other flag? I don't understand the reason of your pain, Mr. Rana. You should apologize. Mr. Rana should be apologizing. Rather than giving us amusement over here in the debate by shouting over everyone else, he should be apologizing. That he has talked of identity. Your identity and my identity is Indian identity, sir. It is the identity of India.
It is also my identity as a state subject of Jammu and Kashmir, which is guaranteed to me by the Constitution of India.
Do you want me to read out what Mr. B.R. Ambedkar, the founder of our Constitution, had to say for Article 370? Mr. Rana, I'm reading out. I'm quoting what Mr. Ambedkar had to say for Article 370. You wish India should protect your borders. She should build road in your areas. She should supply you food grains and Kashmir should get equal status India. But government of India should have only limited powers and Indian people will have no rights in Kashmir. To give consent to this proposal would be treacherous thing against the interests of the country, and I as as the Law Minister of India, will never do it. This is what Ambedkar had to say, it, sir.
That's
so please
right.
apologize
And also now
say,
to Rafi Ahmed
my
Mir.
identity is India.
Good point. Rafi Ahmed Mir, now respond to it.
And
Now,
even in the Delhi agreement, let me tell you.
Respond to Sambit Patra
Even
right
in
now.
the Delhi
on the one
agreement.
side, the PDP, on
No,
the other
let
side.
me read the Delhi agreement 1952 for
Mr.
you.
Sambit Patra.
I don't think there are any.
But Mr.
No, let me read the Delhi agreement. Give me a minute. Now we are on facts. Let's talk about
Okay,
facts.
Mr. Mir, Mr. Mir.
No, the
Sambit
Delhi
Patra.
agreement 1952.
Mr. Mir,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Mr. Mir, wait a minute.
No, wait a minute.
Mr.
The
Mir,
Delhi
Mr. Mir
agreement
is speaking.
1952 states
Mr. Mir is
the
speaking.
union government agreed that the state will have its own flag in addition to the union flag. But it was agreed by the state government that the state flag would not be a rival. It was also recognized that the union flag should have the same status and position in J&K as in the rest of India, but for historical reasons connected with the freedom struggle in the state, the need for continuous of the state.
Yes, and that is the
flag was
point. The
recognized.
point is you cannot equate it to the
Should-
national
should have
flag.
the same
I want to
state
answer
you
Mr.
made the
Devender
point
Rana
which I
now,
made.
please.
You've admitted.
You admitted.
Should have the same status and position in Jammu
You
and
admitted,
Kashmir.
Maroof.
This is the Delhi
Maroof and Devender Rana.
1952.
Sir, Jammu and Kashmir is a state in a country called India. The state
I am
identity can't
reading
get
the
the same
Delhi
importance
agreement
of
for
the
you.
national identity. Simple, irrespective of which of the
It
29
says
states.
the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
Maroof, I think he just conceded the point. I think he gave up the debate there. I think he lost the debate at that point. He just
Mr.
conceded.
Rana,
he quoted the Delhi Declaration.
Yes,
signed by Sheikh
absolutely.
Abdullah.
Mr. Rana, it says that in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, the union flag of India will have the same status as it has elsewhere. That means it is supreme. It is supreme. No state in India dares to challenge the union tricolor. In Kashmir, you have been given the liberty to have your own flag.
Okay, Engineer Rashid, Engineer Rashid, Engineer Rashid, Maroof and Engineer Rashid now, please. Engineer Rashid.
You and Devender Rana, why are you inviting us here? Allow us to speak.
Don't get angry, Mr. Engineer Rashid. You have been given equal
It is
time
not
to
question
speak.
of getting angry. Then
The
you should
point
not
is-
invite us
the
here.
point is, Mr.
Sir, you
Rashid-
should not allow us. You should not get us here. Then,
Mr.
for
Rashid.
God's sake, you have to give others time also. It is a debate between Devender Rana and
Mr.
Maroof Raza.
Rashid,
For God's sake,
Mr.
respect
Rashid,
the
we-
instrument of accession.
Mr. Rashid, we are
respect
arguing.
our state
Mr. Rashid,
constitution,
we are arguing
respect the
from
state
facts.
flag.
Mr. Rashid, you tell me. Please understand one thing. Understand it.
But
in
you are
detail.
not allowing us to interfere.
Yeah, but Mr. Rashid, Article
But for God's
370.
sake, allow us also to speak.
Mr. Rashid,
Then you should not
Mr.
invite
Rashid,
us here.
Mr.
Are you
Rashid,
inviting us to insult
Mr.
here?
Rashid, you answer my question. Don't get personal. Mr. Rashid, you tell me. Where in Article 370 is
answer
it
your
written?
question.
Where in Article 370 is it written? Show me one part of Article 370 where it is written that Jammu and Kashmir must have its own flag. Show me one part of Article 370. One part. And I'll concede the debate, which
Now, allow me to
dictates
answer. Allow me to answer. Sir, allow me to
that
answer.
Jammu and Kashmir must
Sir,
have its
allow
own
me to
flag.
answer.
Show me.
Have patience to
Show
listen
me.
others. Mr. Arnab, have
This is
patience to
Article
listen others.
144
Now
of
listen, sir, I will
the
tell you, sir. I will
Constitution
tell
of the
you.
Jammu and
Sir, I will
Kashmir,
tell
we
you.
use a
No, I
separate
will
flag.
tell. Rafi Mir, keep
And which
quiet. You are
also
a
tells us
puppet of
not to
BJP.
disregard the
You are a
disgrace
victim
of
of
flag
BJP.
of
Keep mum.
Jammu and
You are
Kashmir.
already...
I am not interrupting. You're fighting among yourself.
Article in
Keep
between.
mum now. Rafi Mir, please keep mum. Sir, Arnab Goswami ji, let me answer you. It is... Go to the proceedings of Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly of 7th June 1952. It is in the basics of the Jammu and Kashmir Constitution that we have a separate flag. And by that Constitution, Jammu and Kashmir is part of India.
No, where does
How
it-
can you
no,
accept
wrong,
half
wrong,
of it?
wrong. By that it's
Jammu and
not part of
Kashmir
India,
is part
sorry.
of India.
Even
And you can
Karnataka and
undo,
Sikkim have
and you
flags.
can undo
No,
the other
sorry.
part.
Even
No,
Karnataka
by
and
virtue of
Sikkim
having a
have
separate
flags.
flag, it's not
That
part of
does not
India.
mean-
That's complete
that does
rubbish.
not mean-
You can't say that. Rashneek Kher, you can't say because we have
No,
a
it is
separate
not
flag, we are a
rubbish.
part of
It is
India.
the fact. You are not-
You can have
you are not
you can
ready to
have a
listen. It
special
is the
status
basics
without
of the
having a
Constitution of
separate
India
flag.
that we have
You
a
can have a
separate
separate
flag.
status
That we have
without
a
having a
separate
separate
flag.
flag.
We have a separate
Rashneek.
constitution. We had other
Even
things.
Karnataka and Sikkim
You
have separate
basically
flags.
voted our
That does not put those flags at par with the Indian flag. And the only identity that a Kashmiri has,
Mr. Rashneek
apart
Kher,
from his
God
identity
said
of being
like a
is
Kashmiri.
the Indian
It's not a
identity.
question of a Muslim
We
or
are
Hindu.
Indians
It's
first.
Devender Rana.
No, nobody is bringing the Indian and
Devender Rana,
Muslim.
Sambit Patra.
It is
And
question of
Karnataka got a
saving
different
the
Can I come
constitution
over here?
of state.
Sambit
But the
Patra. Sambit
constitution,
and Devender Rana.
May I ask
Mr.
a
Devender
question?
Rana, you
Sambit
have
and
been
Devender
bluffing
Rana.
your way through.
Sambit.
Honestly, Mr. Rana, you have been
I want to ask a question to Mr. Engineer
absolute
Rashid.
wrong.
Mr. Engineer
Absolutely
Rashid,
wrong.
is it
Sambit
not
Patra
true
is asking
that
a
you
question to
wanted
Engineer
bring a
Rashid.
private
1 second,
member
Sambit,
bill in
start
the
again.
assembly?
Start again.
Just a
Start again,
second.
Sambit.
You should
Start
know
again.
this.
Start again. Sambit is asking a question to Engineer Rashid. Engineer Rashid, you will first listen to the question. Sambit,
Mr.
briefly.
Engineer Rashid, is it not true?
Yes.
Is it not true that only very recently you wanted to introduce a private member bill in the assembly stating that you wanted the nomenclature of the chief of Jammu and Kashmir as the Prime Minister as taking it back to the 1953 state? Is it not true? Please, we want to hear it from you.
Absolutely. In fact, I have moved. Yeah.
Mr. Goswami, here is Mr. Engineer Rashid exposed today. It's not just about flag. It is a separatist tone which we hate. Separatist tone. This is the separatist tone. Mr. Rashid wanted the chief minister to be named as the prime minister of Kashmir, and only recently he has set a bill to this motion. He wanted a private member bill to be introduced for this.
I have already moved the bill.
He also should apologize.
And MC and PDP will support that. MC and PDP will support that bill because you have already snatched the autonomy from us when we made instrument of accession.
This is what I object to. This is a separatist tone in your voice, Mr. Rashid. You wanted the remnants of Afzal Guru back in Kashmir.
Sambit, without any intention of embarrassing you on the Newshour tonight, I would like to put that question to Rafi Ahmed Mir.
Nothing.
Okay.
Because he is the team of BJP, which is doing using
अच्छा इंजीनियर रशीद जरा धीमी गति से स्पीड ब्रेकर लेके जरा 2 मिनट रुक जाइए और मैं सवाल पूछ रहा हूं टू रफी अहमद मीर मिस्टर मीर माय क्वेश्चन टू यू इज दिस इट्स अ सेंसिटिव क्वेश्चन इट्स गोइंग टू हैव पॉलिटिकल ramifications think about what you're going to say Engineer Rashid claims that your party, the PDP, which is in alliance with the BJP, is going to support a private member bill to change the nomenclature of the head of the state government. Allow me to complete to Prime Minister. Is he talking? Is he talking through his hat, or is this true?
He is talking through his hat. He is a single member and he knows what he is doing. I have nothing to do this. He better seek the help of those for
Mr.
whom
Rashid,
he voted last time. He voted for Congress and National Council. How does he expect help from PDP this time? I deny it totally.
Are you supporting my bill or not? In self-rule also you claim to be...
Why should we support your bill? We have our own political agenda. We don't need your guidance on this. Mr. Rashid, how do you presume that we will support you? How do you presume that we will support you? We have our own political agenda and we are not going to dilute you through you. You better understand who did you vote for? Why did you vote for Congress last time? Why did you vote for Congress last time? You didn't vote for PDP. You must understand that. Don't talk through your head. You are accepting our support on this. We have a different agenda which we are not bringing here on this debate this time. You don't understand. Don't particularly.
Okay, Mr. Rashid, Engineer, I suggest you calm down. Mr. Engineer Rashid, I suggest you calm down. I suggest you calm down. Your point has been answered. Now, to go back to the issue. To go back to the issue, I want to ask Sambit Patra. I want to ask Sambit Patra, who is deftly. 1 second, Maroof. Sambit Patra is very adroitly, deftly, and elegantly. No, Devender Rana, please wait 3 minutes on the debate. I need to come to the point. Have you noticed Sambit Patra and Rafi Ahmed Mir are both deftly, elegantly, intelligently, smartly, but predictably and transparently also Sambit Patra avoiding a confrontation with each other. Maroof, have you noticed? Rashneek Kher, have you noticed? They are both.
Yes.
They are steering clear of any controversy with each other.
Yes.
Have you noticed, Rashneek? Am I right? Maroof, they are ready to fight with anyone, but they are avoiding the confrontation with each other.
Very clear on
So,
this. We both the parties who are in alliance.
It's okay. Calm down, Devender Rana. Devender Rana.
We are going strictly to adhere to don't.
Calm down. Let's come back to the debate. Viewers want to listen to what I'm going to say next. Rashneek, I think there are some Newshour viewers who are now saying, why don't you ask the question to Sambit?
No.
1 second. Rashneek.
Small point to make.
Rashneek.
You see, for once I agree with Engineer Rashid when he says the PDP is going to support what the private bill, because PDP's own self-rule document is very much in consonance with what Rashid.
Now my question at this stage to Rafi Ahmed Mir and Sambit Patra is this. And Sambit and Rafi Ahmed, television is a transparent medium. If you want to avoid, people will see you're avoiding. But I think today on the first day of the new year, you should speak directly. Sambit, one question to you, yes or no. Do you believe that Jammu and Kashmir flag should be given the same status as that of the national flag?
Absolutely no.
Okay, fine, enough. Good answer. My question to Rafi Ahmed Mir is, do you believe that the Jammu and Kashmir flag should be given the same status as the national flag?
You see status
No, I don't want to see. Yes or no?
Is defined.
Yes or no? Be straight, no. Sambit answered the straight way.
It doesn't in any way dilute the importance of the national flag for us.
Okay, so tell me, Maroof, tell me, how can two people in an alliance, one have a view that it cannot have the same level, and the other has a feeling that it should be given the same level? I mean, it is impossible. On such a sensitive issue, two allies have different positions. Maroof.
Power is a big additive.
On a basic and elementary.
If I can be so blunt as to suggest, Mir Sahab, 1 second mujhe de dijiye. If I can be so blunt to suggest, and I'd love to be contradicted by both Mr. Mir and Mr. Patra, that this is an alliance of convenience. There is very little commonality between what one of the two parties wants. And I can bet my reputation on this that they won't last the full term, because there are just too many fissures of disagreement. The flag issue is one, and there are many more. We all know them. You can have a separate debate on it some other day.
And before I close, I just want to say three things tonight. One, viewers, these are my thoughts. How is it in the interest?
We'll last the whole term, sir. Don't worry.
No, 1 second. But you can't. No, okay, Sambit. Point number one. How is it in the interest? How is it in the interest? Okay, fine. Engineer Rashid, my question goes out to everybody in Jammu and Kashmir as well. To everybody in Jammu and Kashmir and across the country tonight, how is it in the interest of making Kashmiris feel as an integral part of India if you bicker about the idea of having one flag for one nation? How is it in the interest of making Kashmiris feel an integral part of India if you propose to project symbols of sub-regionalism on the building houses of all constitutional authorities in the state? How is it in the interest of making Kashmiris feel like an integral part of India if you object to accept a symbol of Indian unity? The flag is a subject, the flag, Mr. Rana, the flag, our Tiranga, our tricolor is a symbol of Indian unity. It is supreme to everything else. Our flag is supreme to everything else.
And that is why within the state, it
Mr. Devender Rana, why don't you join hands with PDP and restore
I thank you all for joining me on debate number 2, this New Year's Newshour. On the Newshour tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you.